All right. So, what's your name and what did you play and what did you place?
So my name's Jonathan Golden. I played Adventurer Salamangreat, and I got ninth place at the Tulsa Regional.
Awesome. And what did you enjoy the most about your salad deck?
Honestly, I think I looped Rage like 4 times against a guy. It was hilarious. Like he asked me, he was like, "Is this the most times you've ever done that?" I'm like, "No, actually, I think I've done it like 6 times with one guy before."
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, just being able to like every turn pop 2 back row or like pop back row
It's
monster.
pretty brutal.
Yeah, no, it was disgusting.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into this.
Yeah, so I played, pretty obvious best card in the deck, Gazelle. Neither one ofs. I played 1 Falco, 1 Foul. This card's crazy, actually. I locked down back row like 2 separate times against Striker, and then just like was able to push for game for it. And then another time I used Foul, like reborned him off a will, bounced him back to hand with the Falco, and then summoned him back. Made Dweller, like that card's both of these cards are crazy, and this being able to just like now that you have 3 circle, being able to set that as well as get a trap back from Silent Wolf every turn is just brutal. And the other 4s I played 2 Jack. This card's also just dumb. I'm not playing Desires, but I still decided to play 2.
Why the mixed match rarity?
So yeah, the mixed match rarities is because originally I had this deck in Spanish, and I got tired of dealing with the translations, so I grabbed my 1 OTS Super I had from before, and then like last minute I decided to play 2, and this was the only other card, this is the only Jack Jaguar I had besides this one, so I was like, whatever, I don't even really care. But no, this card was really good at 2 even without Desires, just because like people like to DD Crow this card for some reason, which I guess it makes sense, but like just grab a second one, put it in the grave, whatever, and then now you're still doing the same thing, and they're down at DD Crow.
Yeah, you just need the 2.
Yeah, no, like 2 is literally just, it just feels so good. But then for the 3 ofs, 3 Foxies, I actually got cool rarities on these. This card's stupid. Being able to just like ditch any salad card that you don't care about, or even if you do care about it, you just get it back anyways because this deck's dumb, and just like blow up their floodgates. It's ridiculous. And then I also played 3 Spinny. I mean, not much that can be said. It's spinny. It's like it makes 1 card link to. You can go into so many things with it. It also just like every single turn, you just make it, or you just summon Stalio or using him, and then he's just like infinitely there. He's really annoying.
Did the attack boost ever come up?
Oh, yes, it actually did. The plus 500, I won a game by 400, or it was actually a match. I won by 400 life points because I discarded it to pump my Gazelle by 500 and then summoned him back. So it was like another 1500 damage. And we had a discrepancy in our life points because he didn't notice the spinny, and we went deck and did all the math, and I ended up winning by 400 because of spinny, and that was like round 7.
That feels
so
good.
It was it was like way late in the tournament too. It would have been crushing if I had lost by like, that was originally, he thought I lost by 100, so having the plus 500 was really, really good. Also played 3 Buffalo, like best normal summon of the deck.
Drawing card is pretty cool.
It goes plus because every Salamangreat card you are okay with discarding except for like Gazelle. This is just obvious. This card's ridiculous.
Honorary salad card.
Yeah, might as well be Salamangreat. Well, it shouldn't be Salamangreat Buffalo. That would be too good.
Fair enough.
Now that circles at 3. But then, so that was all for my non-hand trap monsters for the salad side of things. And so I also played, let's get these out of the way, my spell traps. I played 1 Sanctuary. You search it with Banelinks. You never want to draw that card. It's always free.
Makes sense.
And then I also played 2 Will. I think this is the correct ratio. Along with, let me go grab this. I play 1 Reborn as well, just because like this, they're functionally the same card. The only difference is this is every turn. This is a lot of pressure, but this card reborns anything. I reborn somebody's hand trap to make a Stalio. I reborn my own Heat Soul to make an access code. That was really cool.
Definitely one of those things where it just kind of comes up.
Yeah, no, like this card's at 1 for a reason. It's really, really good. It's pretty like obvious why this card's good. There's nothing
Monster
much.
Reborn.
Yeah. I
One
also
of the OG Trinity.
yeah, and then freshly back to 3 Salamangreat Circle. It like doing this in the draw phase is dumb because people are on draw right now. Being able to set it back and protect your Sunlight Wolf is dumb. Like just so many things come up for this card to be good, and like I actually kind of think it's a mistake to have this card back at 3. It's way too much consistency for the deck. And so then for the rest of the salad cards, I'm just playing 1 Rage, 1 Roar. I don't feel like you need to have more than 1 of each of these cards. The idea behind this deck build was literally just, I'm going to live for 1 turn. I set up my ward, I make like 1 or 2 traps, and then I kill you next turn because Access Code's a really good card.
Fair enough.
And then
You set up Jade Jammer wrong.
both of those cards are really good. So then this was I guess the spicier part of the deck. We're
I don't know
playing.
if it's spicy or if it's just kind of like that's.
This is just the correct way to play the deck, but I know a lot of people right now are just on Baguska Turbo or Heat Soul Turbo, and I think that's garbage. So we're playing the Adventure Engine. This card's dumb. It says you can only activate it once per turn. I more than once activated a second one because my opponent either Baroned or one guy Judgmented it. It was awesome. Like I just immediately killed him. He was like, I'm gonna Judgment that. Activate the second one. Cool. Summon half of your life points now token, and then summon a Griffin and kill him.
Yeah.
And then the cards that go along with this, the 1-ofs. I don't see a reason to play these at more than 1 in this version of the deck. I can understand in combo variants where you're wanting to do like Red Rose plays to go for Synchro 10s with the multiple Griffins, and then this is just like
It just seems like a lot
more
of extra.
consistency. But like this version just doesn't need it.
It's just
and then-
extra that's kind of fluff that gets in the way.
Yeah, and then this card's really good. This card puts a ridiculous amount of pressure on people. People also forget that it protects your token once per turn, like with the Fateful and the Draco back. I don't know why they forget that.
It's pretty important.
But yeah, no, I definitely had somebody swing into my token once, and I was like, all right, cool. And he's like, what do you mean? I don't understand.
It's been out for a while. I think people should know.
Yeah, no, like this engine's dumb. And then the 3 Enchantress. Not only does this search your right, this also is a level 3 that you can summon for free if you have the token.
Yeah, for some reason,
If you open up 2 of these and access already to your engine, you have Stalio because you can normal 1 and special 1.
Seems alright.
This card's just awesome. And also just having it in your grave, people forget that it's there, so on a follow-up turn, you just banish it and search for another copy of Right.
Seems kind of crazy that people would forget that, especially in this deck that
Oh.
really likes its graveyard a lot. So
Yeah, no, like,
it seems like
I keep it fanned out. It's not like it's hidden from them. Everybody should know that I have this and a Spinny and a Foxy and a Jaguar.
resource counting, man.
But, and then this kind of goes for both engines. The Foolish is just absolutely insane. Being able to send Enchantress to just start the entire engine for free,
Yeah.
as well as being able to send any Salamangreat name. I actually sent Gazelle off this a couple times and then summoned it back with Will. That was really cool. No one, like, I don't know. Just, I don't know why people don't, like, expect this card in this deck. It's just way too good, but I guess it's a 1-of, so I guess it's, the sack factor. But I believe that was, that's everything for my, engine. And then everything else in the deck, I'm playing,
Hand traps.
3 Imperm. Probably
Imperm's Imperm.
one of the
It's-
best trap cards in the game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's all right, yeah. No. So I was playing 3 Imperm, 3 Ash. I feel like these are probably 2 of the most impactful cards right now. Ash, especially for the Despia matchup, being able to hit either the Patchwork or the Brand Diffusion is just really good.
You mean like 20 of the cards in the 40?
Yeah, that's true. It's really hard to hand trap that deck because everything you're like, wow, I would really like to Ash that, but it just kind of feels bad sometimes. But that was the 3-ofs, and then I was playing 2 Bell. The 2 Bell is also for Despia, but also it hits the mirror match. It's really good against Enchantress to stop the grabbing of the right, and then also this stops call by randomly. It's pretty good. 2 Crow. This card's also just really good. Looking back on it, I might have actually just cut the bell entirely and played a 3rd Crow, as well as an additional Veiler, which were the other 2 of hand trap that I played. The bell was alright, but like the Crow just was crazy. I drew double Crow a couple different times, and
you just put in work.
Yeah, no, like I crowed Jet Synchron, I crowed Enchantress, I crowed cards that were targeted off the Therion cards, which doesn't feel as good as you think it should, but it's still alright. It at least stops them from getting their search whenever they go Regulus, target Lily. But all these hand traps, I was playing 12 in total. The numbers felt pretty good. Like, I don't want to play necessarily more than that, but less starts to feel like I just never see them.
So that was really the hand trap lineup. That was really the only things you kind of thought about changing.
Yeah, no, like everything else felt really good. I wouldn't really change anything in the main deck besides just that hand trap lineup, the 2 bells.
Yeah.
So that was it for the main deck. I was playing 45 cards. I think the deck's pretty consistent even at 45.
Right.
So I didn't feel a need to go to 40.
Seems pretty good.
And then got the extra deck here. So I was playing what I believe should be standard as a 3 of, but some people like it as at 2. I just don't agree with that. I think this card's way too good to have in the grind game. Being able to protect all of your salad cards. People forget that you can like protect Will with this, so they'll do like Twin Twisters and try to pop your field spell and Will, and I'm like, alright, cool, protect. This card's just absolutely insane. Also, it grabs your field spell, starts like every play in the deck. Shouldn't have to talk about it too much, but this card's just really good. And then 3, Sunlight Wolf. This one's a little more obvious.
I think everyone kind of
this card's just
always
dumb.
felt that way.
It grabs back Ash Blossom, it grabs back Gazelle, it grabs back Buffalo, it grabs back Heat Soul.
The amount of advantage it gets
it's just
because
so good.
It exists. It's pretty good.
And then everything else in here is a 1 of. So I was playing 1 Lingeribo. This is just for the Heat Soul play, and then if I think I'm going to get even lead, I'll make this for my board. It's pretty good. It's alright. 1 Splash Mage. This is also for the Heat Soul play, but this also sets up a 1 card. Like if you have just Jaguar, this is 1 card or part of the 1 card to go into an access code. So like this card is just pretty necessary. 1 update. That's for the access code. It just kills people. 2 attacks on a 5300 monster is pretty good.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Transcode, same thing with the update. It's mainly just there for access code, but
the OG combo in
yeah,
the deck.
no, just update into transcode, some back update, make access, kill people. Sometimes you don't even have to make the access if you are scared of getting nibbed for whatever reason. Transcode update into a clear board is also game, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes,
I think that's 81. And then we're playing 1 Heat Soul. This card's actually put in a lot of work for my hands where I wasn't able to get into Salad Combo, and I just had like Brave Engine plus like 1 monster, but I wasn't able to get into 2 3s to go into a Stalio. You just make this and you just draw a couple hand traps. It's pretty good. And then 1 access code, playing the really cool gold rare. I wish I had a secret, but I do not. But this card's just ridiculous. You summon this on people, and half the time, if they don't have anything to stop it, they just scoop immediately. This is like update, transcode, access code. That's probably your best combo in the deck. So that's it for the Link monsters. And then I played 1 Stalio. I don't think you should ever play this at more than 1 of. It summons out Gazelle from your deck. It also summons out 4s from your deck to go into the rank 4s, which I was playing Baguska and Dweller. I actually never summoned Baguska. It would have been good if I had access to it in the matchups where I needed it, but I just never summoned the card. And then I played 1 Dweller just because it is probably the second best rank 4 to play in this deck. I kind of thought about Tornado Dragon, but I didn't feel like this deck had a problem with back row, so I just played the Dweller instead. And it came up against Striker. I summoned it and stopped them from summoning back Array and swung for game because of it.
Awesome.
And then that's it for the extra deck. And then
did you feel like there was anything that changed in the extra deck at all, or?
I mean, outside of the fact that I just never summoned Baguska, like I might have been okay with playing a second access code package and just cutting like I would have played just one more transcode, one more access code, and then cut the rank 4s entirely. But I think the rank 4s are pretty integral to this deck.
They're just too good not to.
For the poor matchups, being able to just sit on a Baguska is really good.
Fair enough.
But then, so for the side deck, I played, let's see here, these 3 ofs. Played D-Barrier, one of the best side cards in the game right now. Just completely shuts down Despia and Sword Soul.
It's D-Barrier.
Yeah, it's D-Barrier. It also stops ritual decks, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Pendulum. Yeah, but mainly it's there for Sword Soul and Despia.
So 2 relevant decks and some irrelevant ones.
Yeah. We play 3 Lightning Storm, one of the best going second cards. People feel like they're forced to negate it, which I mean you probably are if you're looking at Lightning Storm. It's a pretty scary card, and it just is, it's the same thing as Right. You can only activate it once per turn, so people Baron negate this, just activate a second one. It's pretty good. And then we also play Evenly, which I think is actually a little bit better than Lightning Storm. Like, yeah, you use your battle phase for it, but that kind of doesn't matter when you put them on one card. I want to.
It's a really good card.
Yeah.
Well, it has been since it released back in with that Circuit Break.
Yeah, Circuit Break.
And
I want to talk more about these side cards, but it's really hard to, just because I like never saw them all day, besides like once. But we'll finish it out. It was 2 Cosmic, 2 Anti-Spell, and then 2 Droll. Droll was the only side card I actually saw all day, and it got called by, and it was in the very last game of the last round. So I want to say this side deck was broke, but it really didn't do anything. I just played main deck all day.
Well, other than those couple of changes we talked about, is there anything else that kind of came to mind as you're going through your deck list that you might want to change in the future, or?
Possibly I would want to maybe change up the side deck. Like, yeah, I never drew into it, but I noticed that I was not really siding in Lightning Storm that often, and I was instead choosing to just go for the Evenly. So I might want to change the Lightning Storms out for something, or maybe just bump up the rest of the 2 ofs into 3 ofs and just cut Lightning Storm entirely. But other than that, like, I felt like this deck was just really solid. Like I said, I played main deck all day, and that's kind of what you want to be doing. If your main deck can function for an entire tournament, it's probably a pretty good deck.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Your main deck is kind of your game plan, and the side deck's kind of just there for that little oomph factor.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about your first invite and it being a 9th place too? Pretty good.
I felt pretty good about it. It was really funny because I finished out X2, and then I was talking to one of the other guys, Seth, who also got his invite, which is really cool for him. But I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, it's going to be really funny because I'm just going to get 9th place. Which this was my first invite, because everybody makes a big deal about top 8. You get the cool playmat and all that, and he was like, "Oh man, you just put it on yourself. You're gonna get jinxed now." And lo and behold, 9th place because of tiebreakers. But it still feels really good. Like, having the ability to say that you have an invite is a really big deal in this community.
Well, especially with it being your first one, and especially with you finally being able to go to a lot of regionals for finally.
Yeah, no, it's been a long while that everybody's been out of the game. It feels really good to be back, honestly.
Yeah, because I was saying you only went to 1 before COVID.
No, it was a little bit more than
2?
that. It was like 3 or 4.
Okay.
But I never had anything crazy. I did like one tournament where I got like 25th. And it was top 16. So that was like my best showing before this, and now almost cracking top 8 on my first invite feels pretty good.
Well, that's let's hoping to you getting top 8 on your next one, and we'll hope to see more invites from you in the future.
That's the plan.
Good job.
Thank you.